Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. Harry and Meghan have been up to so much stuff. I'm going to break it all down for you and catch you up. I took yesterday off to spend time with family, and again, they're just at so much stuff. So what I thought we could do today is take a look at St. Meghan Markle, talk about some of the articles that are coming out and some of the things that they're alleged to have been doing. It's wild. They're both into some stuff. It's not that I'm shocked. It's that usually they at least give each other a second to try to steal the spotlight, but this time they're just full on going at it. But let's talk about it. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those really does help YouTube to recommend my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. And can I say again, a huge and sincere thank you to everybody who took the time to write me the most lovely, wonderful, heartwarming comments of support and love and all that. I just really appreciate it. I mentioned in a previous video how much those comments help. So leave as many comments as you want, comment on each other's posts, things like that. It's all engagement for YouTube. And this is the time where these really count, and I really appreciate it. I sincerely do. Now let's jump in, shall we? Today I am silver bells because I'm very much in silver. I thought I'd change it up. I usually wear gold. Today I'm in silver, trying something new for the holidays. There's a very loud truck outside my window. Hopefully you can't hear that. That's why I keep looking that way. But anyway, all right, let's jump into this, shall we? Shush, truck. I'm trying to talk about Harry and Meghan. Sheesh, here we go. Rachel, wrong email. Shall we just start calling her that? Because I think that's pretty good. Now, of course, we know, and I'm not joking about what's going on with her father. That's terrible. I've reported separately on that. You can definitely find my videos on that. But Rachel, wrong email, claims she could not locate her father's hospital. Always a changing story. Once again, we have changing stories. I can't help but think of that People magazine, Dear Daddy, in her handwriting, her sickle handwriting. Oh, and I feel like we're on the cusp of something else like that. But let's take a look and see what people are saying about this, because she claims she's trying to get in touch with her dad. There's been varying stories. Even in that one day, I reported two different stories, one before 2 p.m., one after 2 p.m. One says she did not try to reach out. The other said she did. We'll see. This one is saying Rachel Wrong email claims she could not locate her father's hospital. What Rachel Wrong email says, Meghan Markle has been personally ringing hospitals across the Philippines in an attempt to track down her estranged father following his emergency surgery. Goodness gracious. Now, his camp is saying she has his number. It has not changed. His number has not changed and all that. She's claiming it's so hard to get in touch, but it's easy to get in touch with the press to let them know you're trying to reach out. Okay. If nobody can get in touch with Thomas Markle Jr. and talk to him, then she can probably get in touch with her dad. Just a guess. Okay. Meghan Markle, yeah. So she's been personally reaching out. Yeah, right. That one wants to deliver a handwritten letter. Again, with the handwritten letters. We know why this is. It's so she can leak it out to the press. That's why I'm calling. I think she put out the two different stories on, what was it, Friday? One saying, no, she has not reached out. And then one saying, yes, she has reached out. It's because the news was breaking too early for her liking. She wanted to be able to do the exclusive with People magazine or whomever's in her pocket at this moment. Whoever's still speaking to her, I believe that's her attempt to do the exclusive. I think that's what's going on with the handwritten note as well. So that way she can say, here's the written note, as if anybody cares. Anybody. Raise your hand if you care. No, nobody cares. Her initial attempts to reach him via email. Well, he's in the hospital having his leg amputated and in serious condition, it sounds like, if I understand that correctly. So, yeah, he's probably not just hanging out waiting for an email. Weirdo. That truck is so loud. Hush, truck, hush. You're interrupting the Meghan smack talk. Here we go. After news of his operation emerged, but last Wednesday, that one took matters into her own hands. Okay, since when? Telephoning multiple medical facilities directly. Do you want a cookie? Are we supposed to feel sorry for you? Are you making yourself a victim again? It kind of feels like you are. Though these efforts have also failed to locate him. But again, she can get word out to the press, just not her dad. All right. Make that make sense. The hospital says to verify the claims, reports have been confirmed that various hospital departments, ranging from administration and reception to an intensive care unit, that no calls were received from that one or her representatives. A source of the facility was categorical about the lack of contact, saying Mr. Markle is a VIP patient. Of course, we all know who he is. If Meghan or anyone connected with her had called here, we would have known. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, hospital. Also, it's a little scary to have a statement like that, a VIP. Okay, that's a whole other topic. The question is, will the letter be in her awful cursive? Of course, because what else does she know? Every single thing always has to be a look at me. Why would the cursive be any different? Why would a letter to her dad be any different? There's a history there. Complete with HRH title and a royal crest signed with love, the Duchess. And it will be sealed with wax, stamped with her signet ring from her beloved H. Wow. I mean, it's not wrong. F off, Rachel. Handwritten letter. Are you effing kidding me? This act really gets tired fast. I can totally understand Junior's anger toward her, and I'm no fan of Junior. Her dad has publicly pleaded for her to call him. She's acted like she's living in the 1800s and wants to deliver a handwritten letter to him. Unless there's a signed check folded in between that letter, save this damsel in distress act. She just keeps digging, doesn't she? The hole is never deep enough. That's it. She's her own worst enemy, her own undoing. She's her own downfall. Absolutely. She's leaving paper trails again, and it is a disaster. She did the same handwritten letter malarkey. Yep. At the Queen's funeral. At the Queen's funeral? At Prince Philip's funeral. Remember with the big handwritten thing? With her dear daddy. I mean, just everything. Always handwritten letters. Uh-huh. Trying to get a sit down with King Charles on the day of his mother's funeral. Wow. Somewhere there's a former elementary school teacher who, finding they had nothing good to say about this girl, did the only thing they could and complimented her handwriting. I think so too. When I was 11, she probably did include something about the soap commercial in her letter, I'm sure. The reason she needs to deliver either email or letter to her father because she wants to leak it to the newspapers. A call or personal meeting won't do. For her, it's performance. And an opportunity to be seen. The same occurred after the wedding. Why on earth did she send a letter instead of calling her father? Yes, because it could be shared with the newspapers. She could spread her narrative, personal, untraceable communication doesn't allow her to create her own angle on the situation. It doesn't allow her to play victim either, her favorite thing to do, in which she is, of course, a saint. And they say the same thing, and a victim. That's it. She's a saint and a victim. And if the letter is leaked, then she can be a victim once again. Yes, exactly this. Yep, I think so too. At this point, I dare her to leak the letter because it will prove us right and it will sink her. I think so too. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? She'll expect her dad to curtsy to her before she hands over the letter. That's right. Shall I do it like medieval times? Remember, that's how she said it, this over the top. Medieval times. She will need a crier to announce the letter before it arrives. My God. Gosh, this woman is certifiable. And this gif is a penguin hitting itself in the head over and over with a bat. That's what I feel like for sure. Why a blinking handwritten letter? Why not just pick up the phone and ask, as he's asked you to do? B, I know which hospital your father's in from reading the news. And it's not a hospital that's hard to find. We know Why a handwritten letter? So she can publish it afterwards. Afterwards, she'll publish it before to support whatever nasty narrative she wants to engineer at the time. Imagine spending the time on those stupid cursive flicks while your calligraphy pen, with your calligraphy pen, whilst your desperately ill father suffers in the hospital. Evil woman. Yep, exactly that. Doing a handwritten letter will just rub salt in his psychological wounds. He wants him to see him in person. That's exactly it. I think that's part of it too. She knows it will crush him. Her favorite thing to do. Don't worry, a source close to the Duchess will leak it soon. Exactly that. Meghan is letting the media know that she's compassionate. She's very much still playing the prove it game. Then what? The letter gets mentioned by 5 friends of the Duchess in People magazine, only to provoke her dad to share it with the world again. Oh, I think she shared it. I don't think he shared it. I think she did. Getting a big lie to cover a small one is a Meghanian way of saying anchoring your truth. And then the gif of her going like, come on. Yeah, exactly. I think so too. It's one lie to cover another to cover another. That's why we have 14 versions of the How H and M Met story and every other story, because it's a lie to cover a lie to cover a lie. I believe you are correct. She needs to stop releasing statements about this. Yes, but how else will she get attention for herself and use her father and anybody else she can to get attention for herself? I agree. Megan's aides, however, have made it clear that if he's willing to share a different email address, it will be forwarded on. So which is it, Rach? An email or a handwritten letter? She can't not do the handwritten letter. Okay, Megan, girl, please get this into your thick skull. Your dad does not use email. He doesn't have another email address you can use. I'm just thinking about, too, somebody, well, I would say for most people, somebody that you care about and love. I don't think that's the case for Megan. Somebody you're supposed to care about and love is dying, or possibly in their final moments or whatever, in a serious medical situation. You're going to email them or even sit down and write them a letter? Not even try to call them, let alone try to get over there? That is crazy. I'm very close to my parents. I've been very open about that. But even if I'm playing the hypothetical game and I'm thinking, I can't even play the hypothetical game, but let's just pretend like for some reason or another, I'm not in touch with them. If I had the money Megan had, I'd like to think I'd figure out a way, set up a trust, something to help with medical bills, to do something, even if it's anonymously, even if for some reason didn't want to open the can of worms to have the conversation. Again, I can't even play the hypothetical game, but I get it. Some people just have, bad situations. There are ways you can help anonymously if you're so worried about privacy and safety and all of that. Not Megan. Nothing. Nothing counts unless it's shouted from the rooftops or screamed. Even if she's worried about, I'm not accusing anybody, but even if she's worried about her siblings or half siblings or whatever, getting a hold of stuff. Again, there are ways to do this where she directly helps. That would never occur to her. That is not in her wiring, her makeup to do something like that. It's got to be this stupid grand, what she thinks is a grand gesture, what the rest of us see is a what? Why do you need to handwrite crap? It's the same crap as writing it on the chalkboard in the Netflix show. Like, what's the point? What's the point? All right. He has no legs. She's quibbling over emails. Unreal to think of the physical and emotional pain he must be knowing. He must be knowing that he just had part of his leg removed. He can't even get out of bed right now and is probably on super duper painkillers. I would assume the same thing. The man is in intensive care. The snotty tone here is just unbearable. He's fighting for his life and sending emails or updating addresses. That's exactly it. Once again, her priorities are always in the wrong place and always on herself, just like H. She probably drinking wine with Victoria Jackson and Oprah as they tell her to continue no contact since she's better than him now that she's famous. Yeah, maybe so. She probably doesn't need people to do that. She tells herself that. Despite her malignant narcissism, she knows the optics here are awful. My take, she's gambling on plausible accountability. I think exactly that. She wants the paper trail so that way if when whatever happens, she can be like, I tried to reach out. He wouldn't respond, putting it back on him. Let's see here. She's so selfishly anchored in doing good and showing up for others. Okay, she didn't call him like a normal person reaches out to a patient in intensive care. She emailed a 5-year-old email address. It's not her fault. He's like not bothering to check message in an old email account while he's trying not to die post surgery. She did truly technically reach out to him. Yeah, and I'd like to remind you all, lest we not forget, she and Ace just bought or got, whatever you decide happened, Humanitarian of the Year awards. Shouldn't this be, what's the word? Shouldn't this be grounds for that being revoked? Because what is happening here? This is truly disgusting and awful. Because apparently he deserves to be ghosted over one mistake. Exactly. That she set up and intentionally caused. I tend to fall in that camp as well. All right, let's talk about this because H is also up to some crap. It's like, who can out doofus the other? I swear to God, those two are made for each other. This person brings up Home Office to review decision to strip Prince Harry of protection. So if you haven't heard, you know about the whole ongoing security. We need security. Well, a Home Office is alleged to be reviewing this. So this news reports that the UK Home Office is reviewing the decision to remove H's right to automatic armed police protection, despite the Duke having lost his High Court challenge on the issue in May. The Royal VIP Executive Committee, RAVIC, has reportedly begun a new threat assessment, the first since he stepped back from royal duties. After H wrote to the Home Secretary requesting a new risk assessment, arguing that the UK currently unsafe for his family without full 24-hour security. Okay, let me talk you through this as I understand it. Now, understanding that I may get a little bit of this wrong, but he still gets security and protection as long as he provides the handwritten notice in advance. I believe it's what, like 28 days, something like that. That's not good enough for Doofus. He needs to feel special, right? I'm giving him a pat on the back. He needs, just like Meghan in her handwriting needs to feel special. He needs to feel special. He doesn't want to provide advance notice. I'm doing a petulant baby voice because that's what he does. He doesn't think you should have to give that. He thinks you should just be given security 24 hours without notice. That is so ridiculous. Now, the way I'm understanding it, correct me if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm right, anything, leave me comments, is that, again, he will still get protection if written. And this is just a review. This doesn't mean he's getting it. What people are speculating has happened is he immediately wrote for an appeal after he lost, and they're just getting around to it. And they're like, okay, we'll look at it again. And that's that. It doesn't mean he's going to get it. We'll see. Harry's going to take it and run with it. I don't know. People are going nuts over this. I don't think it's any big deal. I feel like they just have to pacify him, which is a great word for his, in this case for him. But they have to pacify him and go through the proper, as they would. They just go through, they'll look at it again, and hopefully they'll give him the middle finger and move on. And he'll cry and cry and cry and cry and waste more people's money and time. This news is significant because the Home Office has U-turned. See, I don't see it like that. I think it's just again, you have to go through proper steps. I feel like this is a step. Maybe I have this wrong. Let me know if you think I do. Stop wasting my money, Harry. Yes, people in the UK are furious. Rightly so. F you, Harry, and your stupid wife. Well, that could do that. I could just print that on my forehead because that goes to every situation with the two of them, doesn't it? It really does. What's going to happen when they find the biggest threat to Harry is his wife? This might be my favorite comment. That's kind of where I fall as well. What happens when they figure that out? I believe that all of his, I don't know, people, whatever behind the scenes people probably already realized this. The only one that doesn't is Harry himself. William tried to warn him, just saying, I thought the review is only happening because it's been 5 years, not because of anything Harry did. A review is just that. It doesn't mean automatic upgrade. It doesn't even mean to stay as is. It has a possibility to mean removal or further downgrade. We will have to wait for the review to conclude, but my money is on downgrade. Wouldn't that be something? I would love it. Meaning, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. I just think he's such a, I don't know, just a little pissant. He really is. Like, just, oh, so obnoxious. Both of them. It's like they're in a contest to see who can be the more obnoxious one. And I honestly don't know who's winning. She's winning. She's always the more obnoxious one. No, but he's pretty petulant too and pretty obnoxious. I just find this whole thing so ridiculous. Again, he thinks he's such a threat. To whom? To what? What are we talking about? Nobody cares about you, Harold. Nobody. My goodness. All right. Why do people keep giving in to them? Exactly my question. Also, if he thinks winning security is going to give him more access to his father and continuing to try to be half in, half out, I've got news for him. Guess who doesn't care besides all of us? His lawyers, because they're just laughing all the way to the bank. He can just keep writing checks and they can keep, I don't know, cashing them and wasting people's times. I think this is so ridiculous. I think it's exactly as we've said. I think it's just a review. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't guarantee anything. Good luck, meant sarcastically, to Harold and Fraud. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. This is where I really want to know your thoughts in the comments. Please do chime in. Let me know all of it. Do we think, what do we think of Meghan and her antics, writing letters, emailing? Can't get through. What do I do? Okay, you can stalk a prince and get him to, I don't know, go out with you. You can't find your dad, really. Somehow, something tells me when she puts her mind to something, she can figure it out. So why can't she figure this out? She just wants the optics of it, just my opinion. And then what about Hank of Hank and Skank? What do we think? What does this mean? I think it's just a review. Do you think anything will change? I don't think so, but you can let me know in the comments. Let me know all of it in the comments. Keep commenting. Forward the video, share the video. What am I trying to say? Do all the things. It really does help me out. And a huge thank you to everybody who uses your hype on me. I just want you to know how much I appreciate that. I truly do. Let's answer another question and do stay tuned because I'll ask another one at the very end. But again, just for the algorithm help, I'd like to know, what do you think? How about this? Answer in separate comments. What do we think of Meghan's attempts? Do we think she's going to handwrite? Do you think she's emailing? Do you think it's both to get the full attention? And then be able to leak it back to People Magazine through her sources. And then in a separate comment, what do we think about Hank of Hank and Skank? Do we think that what do we think? How do we think the review will go? Let me know. I'm dying to know. Will he be further humiliated? Let's hope so. That's going to do it for me. If you want to further support the show, you know how to do it. Check out my merch. Everything's fine. And Team Catherine, we love Catherine. And Make It Make Sense, Not Bloody Like Life. Tons of stuff. Drunk Goose Club, check it out. And then check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. It's got tons of bonus episodes, lots of deep dives, lots of stuff. Check that out if you're interested. And can I just say also, thank you to my executive geese and ganders. I appreciate you so much. But thank you to everybody who's let me know you got your year-end review back and that I'm the #1 watch channel for you guys. Oh my God. Even if I'm like top 5, that blows me away. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. You could spend your time watching anybody and you pick me. Can you see? I'm glowing. I'm a glowing goose, and that's because of you. You make me feel so good. Thank you so much for that. I'm curtsying to you. But mine's not sarcastic. Mine's not like medieval times. Mine's a show of respect. Thank you sincerely for that. All right, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for everything. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi, boys and girls. I don't mean that condescendingly, sarcastically. I mean, hi, pets. Hi, dogs and cats. I had so many people leave your pets' names. They're all jumbled together in my head. So hi, pups and cats and iguanas and ferrets and everybody else who left me your pets. Hello. Who's a good boy and who's a good girl? And just you guys like me who are petless. Hello. Who's a good boy and who's a good girl? Who's a bad boy? Who's a bad girl? I've lost my mind. How are we? Are we feeling the Christmas/holiday spirit yet? I am. I'm trying to be festive every day in my dressing. So there's that. I'm Silver Bells. My parents called me 1 billion nicknames growing up, and one of them was Belle. So there you go. So I'm Silver Bell today. Hello, Gigi, if you're watching. Um, in fact, if you are still watching, leave me a comment below and let me know a childhood nickname your friends, family, whoever called you growing up. I have about a million, but I would say Belle is one of them. Let me know yours. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to rush and get this up. I'm recording it in real time. So thank you for watching. As more stuff breaks, I'll break it down. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.